Alright guys, what's going on? So now we are actually kind of hopping into a little bit more interesting stuff in my opinion. So we're actually doing enumeration now. And there's two tools I'm going to show you today, okay? They're very simple tools. They wanted me to show you guys SuperScan, created by McAfee. Well, it's not created by them, but it's owned by them. And I don't use it. A lot of people don't use it just because they necessarily don't trust it, I guess, some people. But a big thing too is I believe it costs now. It used to be free, but anyway, that's not the point. You can look into it if you want. This is Advanced IP Scanner. It's the one I use. Now, there's ways to do this without using Advanced IP Scanner. I've shown Nmap, okay? You could do an easy Nmap ping scan and get these same results. Now you'd have to go in and dive a little deeper to get the actual manufacturer name, MAC address, stuff like that. But you can get all the live hosts. So I ran the scan just because it was going to take a while. I didn't want you guys sitting here the whole time. Um, you can see here I just did the pre-built scan it had, which is just 0.1 to 254. And then okay, so it predetermined it for me, which is fine. So these are the hosts that came up, okay? Now I can't verify all these on my network because I'm pretty sure I don't have that many, but if it's including like your Alexas and all that shit, then yeah, I do. So what we're looking at here is just the information we can get from this. So the advanced IP scanner you can download, super simple. You can Google it. It's very easy tool to get, free, you know. So you run the scan. It takes a while, and then it tells you, okay, look, this is what's running on this. This is what's running on this, which we know this is true because this is my IIS server here, and etc. So let's try and so here's a cool thing that you can do with this tool that kind of separates it from just Nmap or something, right? So we can do explore, and I'll show you guys. If you guys don't know this, most people know this. You see this? It popped up. There is a share here that I can use. Okay. Now most people don't know this, but um, hackers know this obviously. But IPC dollar sign or dollar sign IPC. I can't remember. I have to see it visually, but anyway, I think it's IPC dollar sign. That is your share drive that usually doesn't have a login. Okay, um, and it's a way that hackers get in. This is what it is right here. You're looking at it. It's also a way that if you were to actually store anything here, I could see it. Now, obviously, I'm not storing anything here, but it's cool that you can just go ahead and right click and access it, right? I think that's neat. Now, from here you can do, I don't have R8 admin tools downloaded, but if you do, you could try and remote access them. You can try and do file transfer, telnet, all that stuff just directly on this tool. Now, the reason this is a good tool is because if they have remote desktop on and I just take full control, I didn't need to do anything. It just did it for me, right? Tools, you can see we have ping, tracer, telnet, SSH. So like we can ping it here, okay, and it just actually sends it directly from the command line, which is awesome. So we know we can ping it. Let's see, can we telnet into it? Nope, I don't have it installed. No big deal. HTTP, we're not gonna be able to get in there. This one we probably could do HTTPS on it. Let's see. See how long it takes here. Now we should actually be able to get on HTTPS on this one, but we'll see if it actually allows me to. But you can see that you can do all this stuff without actually using this tool, but it's a handy tool that keeps all this stuff in one spot, which is really nice. Site can't be reached. Okay, that's fine. I may not have IIS running on it right now. I didn't check. I just changed it to a domain controller, which is this running in the background. So I don't know if IIS is running on it or if I turned it off. I can't remember. But anyway, so there's that. Then obviously you can do a lot more stuff with it. You can rescan it if you think something's missing. FTP, remote desktop protocol, tracer. You can do all kinds of stuff. Add to favorites so you can keep it. So let's say you're doing a large network, right? And you want to just favorite the ones that you know have vulnerabilities. You can save them here and kind of just go from there. I mean, it's a really cool tool. Very easy to use. It makes everything a little bit more user friendly, and it's a Windows tool. So instead of using ZenMap, you can use this. We'll go ahead and minimize that for now. The other tool I want to show you is this Hyena. Okay, now This stuffies.ceh labs is a domain I created. We're not going to get into that this time, but I did create it. You can see here, this is just I just have it set on my local workstation to show you. So look, it's really cool. You can see this is a tool called Hyena. Again, you can download it. Just do a quick Google search or something. You can see it shows my drives. I mean, it shows all the information about your computer. So if you can use this on a remote computer, it's pretty impressive, right? And you can do what's called a live version of this, which is what I'm running. So I could, instead of installing it, just run it. Okay, that's where it becomes a really useful tool, because if you have it on a USB drive or something, and I walk into your building and I can plug this in, this is a really dangerous tool, because instead of me searching for all this stuff, instantly I have it all. Okay, now you can see users, guest, that's me, that's the default. There's a lot of stuff that you just see. There's the IPC $ connection that I was just telling you about, and we can see that it's not even going to load, but there's nothing in it, so that's why it's probably not doing it. You can see the local groups. I don't really have any groups. These are just the ones defaulted, and this is just built on like the IIS users, blah blah blah. All that stuff is simply on the VMware, but you can see, and then we got shares. There's our shares, okay? And you can see, I mean, there's a lot of information here, a lot. Disk space, how much we're using, events, user rights, okay? So if you read these, you can actually see what users' rights are. I have full admin rights, so it's going to give me whatever. Performance, scheduled tasks is, okay. WMI is another really good one, right? This will show you the accounts that you're looking to access, possibly, depending on what you're trying to do. But there's a registry that's really, really important, that you can actually traverse the registry. I don't know if you can change it on this tool. I don't mess with the registry like that, just because it's extremely powerful tool. So I'm not going to just attempt to change things in here. But anyway, that's the two tools I want to show you guys. I want you guys to go in and mess around with them. This is a really cool tool, Hyena, because like I said, because of the live version, that's kind of incredible. Because if I can plug this into your computer at your workstation or whatever else, I have everything, right? So I don't need to do anything at that point. Not only that, but just the simple, you can add domains to it, which is what I did here. You can just do an insane amount of stuff with it. So mess around with this tool specifically, just because of you can get some information on it. Sessions, I don't have any other sessions, but you can double click it, open files. Double click at services, it'll show you all the services running on it. It's actually pretty impressive. I'm not going to dive too deep into it, because this is a very simple, again, simple lab. That's why I'm uploading 2 videos today, because they're both very simple labs, and I want you guys to be able to dive in here and kind of take a look. This one's a very good tool as well if you're more familiar with a GUI interface for Nmap and stuff. This is basically a live host detector, but at the same time, it gives you a little bit more information, and you can keep trying to test stuff while doing it, right? So you can try and SSH in there. You can try and do stuff like that. These IPs here are probably like my Alexas and shit like that. So that's why there's no manufacturer or anything. But yeah, you can see there's a lot of information here, and a lot of very dangerous information if you know what you're looking at. So that's going to do it for this lab, guys. I want to keep these 2 labs short, these last 2, because I just want to throw them at you guys, let you guys play with them, because there's a lot you can do with them. But until you get your hands on them, it's not an end-all be-all tool. These aren't tools that I give it to you and you're a hacker now. Like, these are tools that you can use in your repertoire, and tools that you can keep in the back of your mind if you're looking for a specific piece of information. But at the same time, these are tools that the CEH wants you to know and wants you to be able to see, because if there's a lab on the test or something like that, you want to be able to see it. So keep that in mind, guys. Let me know what you guys think about these 2 labs. That, again, very simple, very easy, and I'm going to hopefully keep uploading, and we're starting to get, as you can see, we're starting to progress into the more interesting stuff. Enumeration is a lot more fun than pinging and tracer and all that stuff, so we're really getting deeper into it. So I think it's going to start getting a lot more fun for you guys. But keep updated and keep practicing these tools, because I don't want you guys getting lost or getting behind and have to go back and rewatch videos or anything like that. So that's it, guys. Have a good one.